Hey everybody, Ed here. This is the recording of our first ever live show. Recorded at the Bill Murray last night. We want to say a huge shout out to everybody that came. The show exceeded our wildest expectations. Shout out to everybody that stayed around to chat and bought us drinks and took pictures afterwards. It was fun as hell. Shout out to Ed Gamble for being a true sport, and to Andrew White for holding our hands throughout the whole thing. I'd also like to say sorry. The people whose equipment we were using kindly told us halfway through the show that it was actually broken, which is pretty cheeky. And as a result, I've had to mix the recorder audio with the camera audio to try and get the best results I can. So it might sound a little bit shonky at some points, but it's a fun episode. Pretty on brand for us, I guess. The first 20 minutes of the show are on the main feed on YouTube and all the podcast apps. But if you want to hear the whole thing or watch the whole hour-long thing, then you can go to patreon.com/Slime Country. Thanks very much.
Lovely people of the Bill Murray, are you excited for Slime Country Live? Please put your hands together, go wild and crazy for Hugh Davies, Sunil Patel and Ed Knight!
How you doing, everyone? Have any of you listened to our podcast before? How many of you have been brought along? Okay, just a couple over there. One in the front row. Bad sign. How you doing? Welcome to the show. You may have noticed we've got one empty seat there. That's to represent all of our fallen troops. All imploded, yeah.
Too soon.
No, it's please forgive him. We're under a lot of pressure up here. No, I tell you what, it's so nice. It's so nice to see so many of you here. Honestly, we're more tightly packed in than. This is my good friend Hugh Davies. Can you please give him a round of applause? This is my good friend Sunil Patel. Please clap for him.
Hello.
And my name's Ed Knight, and this is Slime Country Podcast.
This is a podcast in which we explore some of the most horrible things we can find on the internet.
That's true.
Often reveals itself in fan fiction. We'll do that in a bit.
We do, yeah. We like to dive down to the centuries-old wreckage of various online forums and things, and cross our fingers. And I tell you what, we do have a fourth mic. Joining us as our guest today, like a 19-year-old boy who's forgotten to get us something for Father's Day. One too many, is that it? You laughed at all the others.
You told me to keep quiet for the intro because
I said I got a great intro, and then you led me into the brilliant off-the-cuff stuff about the terrible tragedy on
We use brilliant in the most broad term we can possibly. Brilliant. Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. Please welcome to the stage Ed Gamble. Thanks, mate. How you doing, Ed?
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy to you.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Do I just say howdy to you because you're the only cowboy?
I believe podcasters are the modern cowboys.
Yes. It's a real mixed bag of looks you've all gone for tonight.
I forgot when I left the house today, it was like, remember to dress up. I don't know what dressing up is.
Well, you get a lot of compliments on your drip.
On that shirt, yeah. You got a cool drip.
Well, you got one comment on a YouTube.
Yeah. And my clothes are very, very bad, so when I wear this shirt, it's the only shirt I get compliments in. So I'll wear it as often as I can.
It's a pretty cool shirt.
It's nice.
And I see you've got another shirt underneath it, just to be sure. No, it's the half. I'm very fond of a halfway up blank button thing, like a Cuban collar, like my Seinfeld shirt. The buttons only go up to like there.
Right,
it looks like it's like you kind of smart, but you can't even be fucked to wear a full shirt. You're just really casual about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Oh,
no. So shocked by the compliment.
Glasses flew off his head like Robin Williams Popeye.
That's a cool hat you got there. It's got a skull on it.
Yeah, I love skulls.
Where'd you get it from?
I don't know, some cool skull shop, probably a motorbike bar or something.
Nice one, man. Hell's Angels. Yes, brother.
Internet.
The internet. What's how do you feel about all this submarine stuff?
It's a big question, isn't it?
Are you sad? Are you sad about it?
You sad?
I tell you what, when it was all happening, it was quite exciting, wasn't it? Before something, then it all happened.
Yeah.
Because you're all sort of editing the Netflix documentary in your head as it was going on.
Right. Yeah.
And then they were like, no, they're just all dead, and I just went, oh, that is sad, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know this, but the human body isn't meant to be compressed into a 1-inch cube.
No.
At the speed of sound.
But it was brave that they tried.
It was. Yeah. It is really crazy. Like you're so everybody that I spoke to about it while it was going on, no one was kind of like it was obviously a tragedy, but nobody was above it. No one was above talking about how morbidly fascinating the whole thing is.
I was jealous.
Yeah.
I saw that, I was like, I heard that the way they died was that they briefly rose the temperature of the sun's planets, sort of, and then they got imploded with
The sun's planets, right?
I'm just in awe. And then they got crushed within like 300 milliseconds, I think.
Yeah, something like that. So quick.
That's the way I want to go.
Yeah, imagine living your whole life being a billionaire and then you got to die instantly in the most memorable way possible. Wow, what a life.
It is nice to know quite how much money you'd need to earn to call yourself an explorer.
Yes, yeah.
Because that is not a job.
Oh, it's not at all. Oh, right.
How much was the ticket on that thing?
$250,000.
That's doable, isn't it?
Is that cool? We got that. Go to patreon.com/Slam Country. We'll add an Ocean Gate suicide tier.
I'm not sure it is now doable. I don't think they've not gone more than next trips in a month's time.
Ed, there have been a lot of podcasts for us these past few years. We will be the first ones to build a submarine and summarily kill ourselves during a live stream.
We're gonna die in the boat we buy anyway.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
120 quid on Amazon at the moment.
120 quid. The Intex Explorer 4 is a 120 pounds. It's an inflatable boat for three people.
2 oars.
2 or 3 people.
One chair.
£100 extra for a nice compression.
Nice compression, yeah.
Well, shout out billionaires.
Shout out billionaires, man. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is sad though. It is sad.
Is it? Well, are you actually sad about it?
Huh?
Are you sad?
Yeah, I'm super sad, man.
For the people that died, or for
all of us. It's a tragedy, man. It's for if every dreamer has lost a part of their soul.
Yeah, man.
Not now we won't know what it's. None of the rest of us will ever know what it's like to look at a few rusted poles 5,000 feet at the bottom of the sea. They've robbed us of that. We'll never get to maybe see a crab sitting on a bit of plate from 100 years ago. The spirit of exploration has died a small death with the very tragic explosion of those 4 poor cunts. And of course, there's the coup in Russia that we have to talk about as well.
There we go. Shout out Hot Dog Man for making some of the
Hot Dogs Prigozhin for backing out of the coup 22 hours into it.
It's crazy.
Pretty swag move.
There's a new Patreon tier coming for us to march on Moscow next.
Prigozhin tier.
We'll do
The
it,
wages, it's the only tier in rubles, and it provides the it's a 4 billion ruble contract for catering that goes straight on buying B-22 bombers. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were like, "Do you think Prigozhin's gonna try and take take leadership of Russia himself?" And I was like, "Imagine a chef." Imagine a guy that sells hot dogs working hard enough that he gets his own small battalion and several aircraft, and then he gets to the Kremlin and he's like, "No, I couldn't. I couldn't possibly."
Do you know how they make their money? The Wagner group. They've basically taken over bits of Africa.
Yeah, it's
and
really
mining
bad.
it and using that money to
Keep it light, mate.
Sad actually.
I mean, it's an amazing, what an amazing statement.
Yeah,
We
the
get this
crazy
far
is-
into this discussion and say keep it light. Oh, we've done the Titanic stuff, but now let's keep it light.
Keep it light, mate.
That's not sad. That's inspiring.
going to Africa to mine diamonds in like the Central African Republic.
Well, like everything is essentially like up for grabs, isn't it?
Well, no, crucially, no.
This is the bit that's going to be in the Patreon only. Cyril saying some funny banter about the tragedy on the Titan submersible, and then no, but you can just go to Africa and get whatever you like.
Up for grabs.
Yeah.
Again, shout out billionaires. God's word.
I didn't think you'd be the guy on this panel with who's most into colonisation.
Yeah, why is that?
Time to get mine.
Well, there's like a couple of new faces in. I hope you're enjoying the podcast so far. It would be disingenuous for me to say that this isn't representative of the rest of our body of work. It's something like this.
Oh. Should we talk about Russia again?
Yeah, let's talk a bit more about.
No, I don't know what else to say.
I think he's done with the coup now, isn't he? He's
gone.
called it off.
Yeah.
I don't know what looking at me for. I'll say something that's bit for a reason.
Does anyone?
Are you Prigozhin or Putin? If you had to say, which one do you prefer? Which one do you love and prefer?
We'll do a
It's
poll.
hard to say.
We'll do a poll. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say, isn't it?
It's hard to say.
Should we put it out to the
I'll say
audience?
Putin then.
Putin then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
One-
Easier
one
to
Putin.
say.
Alright, Ed, you?
Oh, it's so tough. I not unlike you, I don't think I could pick a side between two such horrible people.
You go Putin, wouldn't you?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're both freakazoids, but like.
Alright, Putin.
All right.
Oh, I've got
Yeah,
a genuinely
you've got
vote
pick
now
one, yeah.
between the two.
For the clips.
Yeah, it's safer to go with Putin, I
Yeah.
think.
Do you think so? Yeah. I think at the moment, yeah, it's sort of.
This is such a different vibe from your podcast. We're not picking food.
Prigozhin or Putin, that's the...
Yeah. If you could go to any one of Prigozhin's illegal restaurants, which one would you pick? You could go for Putin's 2003 birthday dinner.
Yeah. It's one of his pop-ups in Africa, I think.
Going up to a member of the Wagner group and saying, "Hey, which of these rations is your favourite?" I love that. I'd love it if the Prigozhin. I think our menu's pretty big. I think you probably could get Prigozhin.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking nutter, doesn't he?
He would, yeah. He does look like a mate because he's like he's the. If you don't know about this guy, he basically started a hot dog stall after the fall of the Berlin Wall.
After going to prison for murder.
He was in prison for ages.
Yeah.
Berlin Wall fell. He gets let out, starts a hot dog stall.
Yeah.
Somehow finds enough money in that business to start like several casinos and floating restaurants, and decides to use all of his profit to buy a private army. I think he'd be great for you and James. Yeah, it's great. Well, fair play to you, Prigozhin. I hope you enjoy the next 6 days before you fall out of a window. Oh no! Yeah, the headlines in Russia. Bafflingly, Prigozhin has chosen to go on a submarine voyage.
This is the format of the podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
What
that's
happens
good.
is Ed talks, Sunil Sadler.com.
I'll say some stuff and then
He gets to edit it as well.
I have to edit it, yeah.
There's no way out for us.
Yeah. See what happens when I fucking stop talking.
Yeah, this is what happens.
Jesus Christ.
What else is going on? That's what we say.
Yeah, what else is
How
going
did
on?
you come up with the idea of the podcast? Because I think it's a
So this fucking
it's a
our
sort
guests
of
always end up
podcast.
interviewing us because we're so bad at doing this.
I think it's just a fascinating.
Yeah, Ed, do you want to come on our podcast and interview us?
It's just a fascinating format for a podcast. 3 men who all have the exact same energy levels.
Yeah, it takes a long time to edit for sure.
There's one of those gaps that I could have done the question in.
I tried. I don't know how we came up with it. I think through lack of other options.
Yeah, you basically have to have one now. You know,
You gotta have one.
you gotta have one.
This is actually going okay. I did not think it would get.
Yeah, shout out you lot for turning up. Hell yeah.
It's weird to have a conversation with you upstairs in the green room like this, and then come down and everyone's just watching.
Yeah, it's weird as hell. Yeah.
You didn't, but this is your first live one. You didn't know what your people were going to look like.
No, we did it.
All right.
We were all worried as hell.
Now,
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of you thought you can only imagine the type of people that would listen to this. And like Ed says, you're all pretty normal.
I can see everyone's shoes still on. That's good.
Yeah. Shout out Leslie, man. Is he-
Yeah, is Leslie here? Leslie, are you here?
UK Bigfoot Master, anyone?
UK Bigfoot Master, you here?
Hey!
Are you Bigfoot Master?
Oh, he's there!
Hey! Fuck, shout out to you,
man.
yeah, shout out for
Cheers.
coming. We got this guy Leslie who comments on all of our YouTube videos going, when are you going to take your shoes and socks off? It's not this guy, just to be clear, it's not this guy. It's a different guy.
Leslie's a good guy. but
Yeah,
he
he's a
plays
good
it
guy,
cool.
Leslie.
He plays it cool.
He plays
He's
it so cool.
Just an idea, guys.
He waits for 20 minutes after it gets uploaded at midnight every Wednesday. I was like, guys, by the way, when are you going to take your shoes and socks off?
What's it like doing off menu? Is that cool?
I don't know if we've got any foot people.
No, but you would though.
Come
think you're
on,
right.
surely.
You've got a few.
Yeah, you've got a few for your show. You've got a few wrong ones.
Don't you
It would
worry.
be incredible if you didn't have any foot people. It would be like someone who's played through Pokemon and doesn't have a Pikachu. That's like the fast people you get.
Should we?
What's your favourite pudding?
God, and we're not turning it into that.
Yeah, this is dark off menu. This is on menu.
What's your twist on what's your favourite pudding then? How are you going to make that question slime country?
I hadn't really thought that before I heard, to be honest.
to put your feet
Can you not put us on
into?
the spot like that, please?
Yeah, can you not put us on the spot?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're not really good at riffing. Yeah, we're not great at thinking on our feet.
We prepared 2 topics and we've done them already.
And you say those were prepared?
Submarine hot dog, man, we're done.
Yeah. One message in the group today, so it's all about the submarine, yeah?
You couldn't even bother to fucking Google what happened in Russia by the looks of him during that.
I do have some interesting stuff. I've got.
I'm not there.
I'll send
point.
you. I listened to a podcast about Putin. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah?
He basically was. Let me describe another podcast.
I don't think everyone was amazed at the fact that you're describing other podcasts, but this is the second time you've come out to bat for Putin in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Listen, he's misunderstood. He's stuck. He can't get out, basically. So what it is, basically. So there's a load of oligarchs. They were like, we need to get rid of Yeltsin, and they were like, who do we get to get rid of Yeltsin? And they did a poll in the newspaper saying like they came up with fictional characters like the Russian James Bond character, and they said how about him, and everyone voted for that guy. And Putin fit the sort of character description of the Russian James Bond because he was like a KGB agent working in West Germany, and he sort of fit the mold of that, and they sort of made him mayor of St. Petersburg, I think, and then he sort of ran for president.
Why are you looking at me so intensely? I feel like you've trapped me at a party.
I don't want to look at that. And that's why he's a
Hey baby,
good
how's it
guy.
going? What do you think about all this Putin
He's a
stuff?
fucking good guy. Shout out. Have I done that already?
Shout out Putin.
Have I done that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. In all but those 4 words, those 3 words. No, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. You're right, man.
If I was there at the fall of Russia,
The fall of Russia.
I would, cause
Which one are you
people-
talking about? Like the Berlin Wall?
Soviet Union, yeah.
Sure.
Because people used to wander around. They'd go into like big ports or factories and be like, "This is mine now."
Yeah.
They'd be like, "All right, sick."
Yeah, that's not a good thing though.
No, but you.
They would convince like all the like the workers in a district to give up all their shares in like public mining or whatever
Yeah.
for a slice of bread.
Yeah.
And then they'd just take that and like, buy Chelsea Football Club or be like, who's that cunt that married someone and lived in Knightsbridge and then he got divorced and chased out and Putin's going to kill him if he leaves his mansion in France? You know that cunt?
That's a lot of them, though, isn't it?
They did a BBC documentary about
did
him. Yeah. He's crazy.
Good luck to him. I guess.
Oh, I fucking saw something while we were picking the fan fiction earlier. I found a very interesting one, they had 6 chapters written. No spoilers, but it did. You were in it. There were a lot of British comedians in it. It was in a fantasy land where you are the king of a country called Cordonia that borders Russia. This
Like one of those Netflix Christmas films.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, and you, they got up to chapter 6 and they said chapter 7 was taking them a while because they were trying to fold in what's happening into Ukraine with your fake country. So come back to Slime Country Live in 3 or 4 months' time, and we'll have fake King Edward Gamble dealing with what's going on in the Donbass.
Speaking of fan fiction, I think we should probably get on with
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, me neither.
Here we go.
If only there was a giant clock on the back wall.
No, but I don't know how long this will take.
That's a good point. It's a long one. It's a long one.
Right.
So what we're going to do, why don't you explain?
So we're going to bring out some fan fiction. We go on this site called Archive of Our Own, where basically people write their own fan fictions, put them up there, and we can just free for everyone to read. It's absolutely insane. You can type in whatever you want, and there will be a story about it. Luckily, if you type in Gabble, there are about 35 stories of a similar ilk. Watson will be the narrator of this. I'll be playing the part of Alex Horn.
Is it this one?
Ed will be playing,
Yep.
Ed will be playing the part of the Taskmaster Greg Davies, and Ed will be playing, I don't know how Ed will play, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see who Ed Gamble will get to play.
Okay, alright.
So
This is a fan. What's it called, this one?
I don't know.
Okay. I think it was it called something like The Last Present Under the Tree?
The Last Present, I think. Yeah.
The Last Present Under the Tree. So I want you all to cast your minds back to Christmas. And I think that's the vibe we're going for here.
we did a Christmas one before, didn't we? Where
This
Ronaldo fucked Messi.
Yeah, that's it. We did it. I believe we did a double Christmas one. Ronaldo fucked Messi, and all the Charles and Magneto from X-Men had sex at a church. He uses the magnet powers to fuck him with a metal strap.
That was when I should have. That was when I should have left the podcast. All right, let's go.
That was what we watched. That one took so long to edit because we watched half an hour of movie 43 on Zoom together. Cut the whole thing out. Right, take it away, Sam. And that's all she wrote, folks. Head to patreon.com/Slime Country to watch or listen to the rest of the episode and to get access to all of our other premium episodes. Thank you very much for listening.